Hey guys, so today I finally remembered something that I wanted to do a video about, and that is if our kids, grown-up kids, my kids, if they could talk to their parents or teachers or whoever back when they were little, what would they say to them? Okay? In other words, what advice would they give someone today in dealing with children when they're much younger? And I have that privilege. I have that blessing to be able to speak to my kids now who are adults and also older teenagers and get their feedback on things that they experience and the best ways to deal with those things. So I'll start with my oldest. Well, probably my next to oldest, because he had the most issues with church and things like that. But and by the way, I'm talking about right now, we're going to talk about church. We're going to go to church today. Let's go to church. Anyway, I remember being so stressed as a young mom and, watching all the other families, their kids sitting reverently on the pews, listening to the talks, to speakers, while they're coloring their pages, eating their little snacks. And I thought, okay, I'm doing something wrong, right? My kids are hyper. They are, hungry. They don't want to play with the toys I've brought. They'd rather make faces at the people behind us or make vocal sounds. I mean, whatever. It was not a pretty sight. I will never forget the day I came to church one day and I got stopped in the foyer and my kids kept going. I stopped, talked for a minute, less than a minute, and I walk in and my boys are jumping over the pews, fighting. And it was so embarrassing. I wanted just to pick them up by their neck, ring them by their neck, and just take them home and go home for the day. I was done. Anyway, so today as I'm sitting in church and, I no longer have little ones, which is bittersweet because I really do miss my kids. Anyway, I got to thinking about that. I'm like, what advice could I give parents who are at that stage of life? And so I've spoken with my kids and they've given me some great feedback. So my youngest is probably the most sensitive of all my kids as far as emotionally and things like that. And one of the things that he's always wanted to do is sit next to the wall. And I often wonder why. I'm like, why? Why does he do like that? Well, the truth is that it's secure. It's a place where he knows there's not going to be distractions. And it's a place that he knows that's where his place is. It's not abstract. It's black and white. It's on the corner against the wall. And to be honest with you, I like it. I mean, that's an interesting thought, but it makes a lot of sense. I personally like to sit near the front so that I'm not distracted by noises and other people and their kids. And I realized that once I start sitting near the front, it's so much better. When you have little ones, you don't want to sit in the front because you're worried that they're going to act out. You're worried that they are, you may have to take them out, and it's distracting. But to be honest, the front few pews of the church are the best for sensory kids. And if you can get a side pew against a wall, if that's a possibility, then try it and see if that works for you. Having healthy and good snacks, that's a great advice. Oftentimes they would be hungry, depending on the time. And you can feed them. Oh my gosh, you can feed them so much before church. But they're always going to get hungry during church. Especially for us. We used to have 3 hours, but now it's 2 hours. And but in those 2 hours, and then you take into account driving time, so 2.5, 3 hours, that's a long time for a kid. And so, yeah, having good, healthy snacks for them is a must. As far as hands-on activities, fidget toys, things that are soft and don't make a lot of noise. Those are great. Those are great for anyone. I would try to stay away from electronics. It's too late for me now, but if I could go back in time, Staying away from electronics is a great idea, because that's just a lot of stimulation for their brain. And chances are they're not paying attention if they're on their phone or on the iPad or whatever electronic device you might have. So as easy as it seems, I promise you in the long run, you won't want that. So yeah, just try to wean them off of it if you can, and come up with some really fun things they can do that only during church they can do. In other words, and the rest of the time, put it away. Have a church bag with things that only during church they can use. And so, but yeah, those are a few tips. I might do a second video, and I might actually do a Q&A with my son. He's pretty open about things, so I might do that. As always, good luck on your journey, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.